Jim Allister.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. This is not an easy subject, nor should it be, because this is a matter of the taking of human life. The taking of human life sanctioned by the state. Our nation, through many wonderful charities, through government itself, reaches out compassionately to those who are threatening suicide. They are urged to use the services of the Samaritans and to get all the help they can. Mr. Speaker, I cannot square the circle where the state would then move to itself sanction suicide, indeed to facilitate suicide, in fact to promote suicide, and to do it in respect of those who are intrinsically the most vulnerable in our society. Anyone who gets a diagnosis of terminal illness by reason of that is obviously vulnerable, and many in consequence suffer depression and other difficulties. So they are amongst the most vulnerable in our society. And being vulnerable, they are amongst those most liable to fall under the foul influence of coercion. Now, coercion comes in many forms, and anyone who's listened to domestic abuse cases will know that it can be very insidious, it can be very invasive, it can be very persuasive, because the coercer has the constant ear of those they wish to coerce. Add into that mix the fact that that person might feel a burden. We've all heard old people say, I'm a burden on society, I'm a burden on my family, and even when they're told, no, caring for you is not a chore, it's a privilege, they still think they're a burden. And if in that background, if in that matrix, there still is the pernicious influence of coercion, then I think the thought that people reach a reasoned, considered, independent opinion is a fallacy. And it is those people that this House should be protecting above all. And this bill does not protect people in that situation. Oh, we're told 2 doctors, a judge. Well, a judge, he doesn't have to, but he might decide to hold a Zoom call with the applicant. He's not to know if sitting in the corner of the room, out of camera, is the coercer. So where is the protection in that? So I do say to this House, this is an issue that cuts to the very quick of our fundamental duty to be the protectors of the most vulnerable. And it is no part of the state's function to be promoting, assisting the end of life for people who could be in that condition, and you'll never know how many are in that condition. So, for me, Mr. Speaker, I won't vote for this bill.